Good evening. Here we go. Are we? Yeah. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, and the time is 5 p.m. I will now call to order the meeting of the Victorville City Council and the same council sitting as the Victorville Library Board of Trustees, the Southern California Logistics Airport Authority, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, the city as a housing asset successor, Joint Powers Finance Authority, and the Victorville Water District. Madam Clerk, will you kindly call the roll?
Councilmember Godam. Here. Councilmember Irving.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Here.
Mayor Becerra.
Here.
We have quorum.
We'll now move on to public comments. Madam Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
No, Madam Mayor.
Okay. We'll now, declaration of closed session items by Mrs. Taguchi? Yes,
Perfect.
there we go.
Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Mayor Becerra. Tonight, we have one closed session item for real property negotiations pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.8. The real property at issue and the negotiating parties are set forth on the agenda. To the extent there's any reportable action, we will report that out at the close of the closed session or at the commencement of the regular meeting at 6 p.m. this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now recessed to closed session, and open session will resume at 6 p.m. Welcome, everyone, and good evening. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, and the time is 6 p.m. The regular meeting of the following will come to order: the Victorville City Council and the same council sitting as the Victorville Library Board of Trustees, Southern California Logistics Airport Authority, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, the city as a housing asset successor, Joint Powers Finance Authority, and the Victorville Water District. Madam Clerk, will you kindly call the roll?
Councilmember Godam.
Here.
Councilmember Irving.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Here.
Mayor Becerra.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. At this time, do any closed sessions announcements by Ms. Taguchi?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Becerra. This evening, we had one closed session item for real property negotiations pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. The real property at issue and the negotiating parties are listed on the agenda. At this time, there's no reportable action.
Thank you, ma'am. If you would please stand for the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance. An invocation tonight will be led by Pastor Joel Counts of Bible Baptist Church, and our pledge will be led by our Lieutenant John Clark.
Our Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight and we ask your blessing upon this meeting. I thank you for each city staff member and pray your wisdom upon them this evening, and we pray for every council member, that each of them would be given wisdom that is beyond them for the needs of this great city. I thank you for Victorville. I appreciate all that it does for myself and my family, and pray your extra blessing upon our city tonight. May everything tonight that is done bring honor to your name. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Good afternoon. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you present the agenda and any revisions thereto?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There are no revisions to the agenda this evening.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, from my council members, any conflict of interest to declare?
No, ma'am.
None? Okay. At this time, we'll move on to public comments. Madam Clerk, is there any request to speak?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Victorville City Council. Your city council is interested in your ideas and opinions, and furthermore endeavors to incorporate them into its deliberations. At the same time, the council must be able to carry out its business in an organized and efficient manner, free from material disruption. Therefore, this meeting will be administered in accordance with the council's established policies and procedures in Government Code Section 54957.9 and 54957.95. Individuals may speak on agenda items or on issues not posted on the agenda during the public comments section, provided those issues are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. Individual speakers may address the council once per public comment period and once per each public hearing item for up to 3 minutes. Additional time may be allotted for appeal hearings in accordance with the city's adopted policy and procedure manual. Those who desire to comment on a public hearing item may wish to reserve those remarks until that particular public hearing has been opened. All testimony is to be directed solely to the council. Although open meeting laws do not permit council members to engage in dialogue with any speaker during the public comment periods, please know your comments and questions may be taken into consideration by council members when discussing the particular agenda item. The presiding officer may briefly respond or have staff respond to statements or questions, or may request that the staff report back to the council at a subsequent meeting. Speakers are requested to comment as briefly as the subject permits. Once comments are invited, the speaker will be called on by name, then recognized by the presiding officer. The speaker will state the item number that will be addressed or that the subject is a non-agendized matter. Audience members may not disrupt, disturb, or otherwise impede the orderly conduct of this meeting. Those who do are subject to removal from the meeting pursuant to Penal Code 403. Your understanding and cooperation are appreciated. Our first speaker tonight is Carla Cisneros on a non-agendized item.
Good evening, everyone. In recent weeks, numerous community mailboxes across the city have been broken into and vandalized. According to the postmaster at the Victorville Post Office on Green Tree, nearly the entire city has been affected by these crimes. As a tax-paying citizen, residents, we are deeply concerned about the lack of security surrounding our mailboxes. These crimes have put citizens at risk of mail theft, financial fraud, and identity theft, all of which directly impact the safety and well-being of our community. We strongly urge the city and the Victorville Police Department to increase patrols in neighborhoods where community mailboxes are located. If consistent patrol cannot be provided, then we ask the city to work with the Postal Service to implement stronger, more secure measures for our mailboxes. It is unreasonable for residents to be forced into paying PO boxes out of their own pocket when community mailboxes are supposed to be a safe and secure public service. Protecting our mail is not only about safeguarding packages, it is also about protecting the identity and the privacy of Victorville citizens. We ask that immediate action be taken place before further damage, theft, and risk to citizens occur. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There are no additional speaker cards.
Okay. Our first business order is the consent calendar, items 1 through 6. I'll invite a motion for these items.
Madam Mayor, I move that the City Council and the Council acting on its various boards of directors take action in accordance with the recommendations set forth on the agenda, items 1 through 6.
Second.
We have a first by Councilmember Jones, a second by Councilmember Irving. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move on to item 7, award of consultant professional services provider agreement to Family Assistance Program and Victor Valley Resource Center to provide rapid rehousing services utilizing Encampment Resolution Funding Round 3, ERF-3. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and members of the council. This item was brought to your attention, of course, after having first been awarded back in November of 2024, $6.4 million from the state of California for what's commonly referred to as ERF-3 or Encampment Resolution Funds. It was the third round of their funding cycle. And it was a competitive grant that we applied for as a city, and we were successful in being awarded. And as we submitted the application for that grant, we did identify a number of different services that we intended to spend that money on. And among those, there was 4 listed specifically. 1 was street outreach, 2 was interim housing, 3 was rapid rehousing, and 4 was permanent housing. And we have identified, including as a part of our budgeting process, for the rapid rehousing component, peeling off about $2.3 million to satisfy those goals and services. And so with that, we've actually, as staff, undertaken a competitive solicitation process where we published the availability of funds, seeking respondents to respond with proposals to actually help further our rapid rehousing services. And generally speaking, those are increasing housing options by funding rental subsidies, security deposits, landlord incentives, housing search assistance, and providing access of other community-based services. And so with that, this item actually brings forward 2 professional service provider agreements, where in those agreements, the parties to the agreement will be responsible for helping us achieve some of those services. And so with that, this item is speaking specifically to consultant professional service provider agreement with Family Assistance Program for a 24-month term in the order of $959,920, and a second consultant professional service agreement with Victor Valley Family Rescue Center for same period in the order of $200,000. And so with that, this item has been authored by your city planner, Mr. Alex Hadigi, and he's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council take the following actions. Approve a consultant professional services provider agreement with Family Assistance Program for a 24-month term in an amount not to exceed $959,920 to provide rapid rehousing services for clients located within ERF3 designated areas, and approve a consultant professional services provider agreement with Victor Valley Family Resource Center for a 24-month term in an amount not to exceed $200,000 to provide rapid rehousing services for clients located within ERF3 designated areas, and authorize non-substantive changes to the consultant professional services provider agreement if necessary, as agreed upon by the city manager and city attorney.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members. Councilmember Godin?
I've already had all my questions answered. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Jones?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
I don't have questions, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have none. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Move to adopt staff recommendation as to points 1 through 3 as presented on the agenda.
Second,
I have a first by Councilwoman Godan, a second by Councilwoman Irving. Councilwoman Godan, comments on the pending motion?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
comments, thank you.
Councilwoman Jones?
None, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have none. Madam Clerk, would you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes,
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 8, budget amendment for Highway Safety Improvement Program Grant Measure I funds for the rectangular wrapping flashing beacons at 9 school crosswalk projects. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. This item expands efforts already undertaken by the city as it relates to the installation of traffic safety control devices. They're effectively flashing type beacons, really intended to help create greater awareness at crosswalks where crosswalks intersect with traffic. Create more awareness of the crosswalk and to try to effectively create a much more safe pedestrian environment. And so, as you're aware, we've received funding similar, the HSIP money, to actually install these types of beacons at 9 locations throughout the city. And this particular item actually furthers that effort, expands by installing 19 additional rectangular flashing beacons at 9 additional locations throughout the city. This project does include the need to spend money for Measure I because there are some ADA-related improvements at the locations where the flashing beacons will be installed that are triggering ADA-related improvements such as ramp improvements. And so with that, the combination of the grant for the beacons plus the Measure I money for the ADA-related improvements will help us expand and improve safety at a number of these crosswalk locations. And so with that, we also do have maps as a part of the staff write-up that I think are good illustrations that show you what exists today and what is being added, so you can see locationally where they will be. This item has been authored by your city engineer, Mr. Freddie Bonilla, and he's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council adopt Resolution Number 25-066 to amend the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, appropriating an additional $149,310 in revenue and expenditures from the State of California's Highway Safety Improvement Program and $465,000 in additional revenue and expenditures from Measure I funds for the rectangular rapid flashing beacons at 9 school crosswalks project.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members. Councilwoman Jones?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Godan?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
questions, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have none. I'll invite a motion for this item.
I move that we adopt staff's recommendation as set forth on the agenda.
Second,
I have a first by Councilwoman Jones, a second by Councilwoman Irving. Councilwoman Jones, comment on the pending motion?
I have none, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Irving?
no comments, thank you.
Councilmember Godan? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
And Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And the only comment I have to your night paint crew, this actually goes hand in hand now with school in session. Thank you. The paint and the lights and everything around each school have improved tremendously, and the striping and everything. So thank your crews out there, sir. Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes,
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 9, award of a general service provider standard agreement for an unarmed security guard services. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. As you are aware, throughout a number of facilities throughout the city, including here at City Hall, we do require unarmed security guard services. And as we do, we typically solicit for those services through a public RFP process. The current service provider has a contract ending at the end of this month, and effectively we've reached the end of the terms provided for under the existing contract. Typically, our contracts are 1 year terms, renewable for 4 additional 1 year terms, and we've reached that period of time with the current provider. And so with that, we did start a process back in earlier this year. I believe it was May. Yes, it was May 2025 of this year, where we actually started the process of inviting bidders for this scope of work. And we've gotten through that process to where the item before you is effectively sharing with you our recommendation as staff based upon the ranking of the respondents. And we actually did have a pretty good response. We had a total of 17 bidders. You will note, however, that the recommendation is not based solely on price, and the actual award is not being recommended to the lowest bidder, certainly being recommended as the lowest responsive bidder based upon the criterion that we'd set forth, and that's laid out in the staff report. And so with that, this item has been brought forward to you by your Human Resources Officer, Ms. Heather Barber. She's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council award a general services provider standard agreement to American Global Security, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $324,355 for unarmed security guard services, project JM 25-128.
Thank you. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members. Councilmember Irving,
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Councilwoman Jones,
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Godian,
None, thank you.
Mayor Potem Harriman.
I have none.
I don't have none. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Move to adopt staff's recommendation.
Second?
I have a first by Councilwoman Jones, a second by Councilwoman Godian. Councilwoman Jones, comments on the pending motion?
Just quickly, I have to say, I really, two things. I'm glad at the amount of companies that actually bid on this. And I'm thankful for the process that your team, Keith, went through on this. Has this particular process been used in the past? This seems like a more rigorous process than before.
The process is similar to is a similar process that we go through in terms of actually putting it out for bid, publicly noticing it. Of course, it's got a defined scope. The only thing that I don't know the answer to that maybe Ms. Barber can speak to is the proposed criterion, because depending upon the type of service or the type of works that we're pursuing in that RFP, there's a number of different types of criterion used to evaluate the most responsible or responsive bidder. And so in this particular case, you know, the methodology, the criterion was used, I think really focused on what mattered when it came to security services, but I'll let Ms. Barber speak to that.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the council. So the criteria that they used was methodology of service, past performance, understanding the scope of services, professional qualifications, and of course the cost. So they took all of that into consideration for all of the proposals that were submitted and then ranked according to that.
Great. And this is the first time we've used this particular company?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Godian, comments on the pending motion?
I have no comments, thank you.
Councilman Irving, comments on the pending motion?
Comments, thank you.
Mayor Potem Harriman, comments on the pending motion?
Yeah, I'm just disappointed a local company couldn't have got this, but I understand. It's hard to believe out of 17 bids, only one local. So, thank you.
Madam Clerk, would you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godian,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes,
Councilmember Jones, Mayor Protem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 10, veterinary services expense ratification and approval of professional service agreement with Dr. Joseph Velasco, DBA Provincial Services, Inc., Project CC 25-024. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. As you're well aware, for a couple of years now, we've been working towards ultimately developing and operating an animal adoption center. As we embarked on this effort back in April of 2023, we did so with very short notice, as you all recall, or as you're all aware. Prior to April 2023, when it came to providing animal services, it was largely the pickup and the transport, but certainly not the sheltering or the adoption. And with having given notice that our shelter provider was shutting down and effectively given us 30 days notice to figure out an alternative, we've been really, in many respects, under a mad scramble. Mad but organized scramble in the sense that we were able to repurpose some existing facilities and work towards ultimately a more permanent, larger facility. And we've been successful in the sense that we've been able to secure a facility back in December of 2023, and then, of course, opening up the Animal Adoption Center this last December. It's a 130 kennel animal adoption facility. And over that same course of time, and even to today, there was a number of things that we had to learn. There was protocols, procedures that we had to develop. There was a lot of advice and guidance we had to obtain from those that were knowledgeable in that space, because certainly not having had direct experience, we had a major learning curve to overcome, including the development effectively of what ultimately was going to be our business model and our true scope of service. As we undertook the business, we learned quickly that we needed to establish a relationship with a licensed veterinarian, and we had been able to do that, and we've been able to rely on that veterinarian service that's actually Dr. Velasco, housed out of the PetSmart facility here in Victorville. And we've been able to rely upon them to perform services necessary. Over that course of time, we've actually learned a lot more about how we ultimately want to plan our care for animals at the adoption center, and we did identify a need, and we do have on staff now a licensed veterinarian technician that's actually housed in the facility that can actually handle some of the lighter medical care needs for the animals that we shelter at our facility. But we still do have a dependency, but now we understand much more clearly the necessary scope of service that we require from the licensed veterinarian. And so this item before you does two things. First, it formalizes our relationship with Mr. Dr. Velasco, doing business as Providential Services, and approves an amount of $265,000 in this fiscal year for the veterinary related services. And also this item ratifies the collective or the aggregate expenditures that took place in the 24-25 fiscal year, the period of time where we did not have a contract in place. And so with that, not that any single scope of work exceeded the city manager's authority, but because the aggregate exceeded the city manager's authority under this emergency period of time, is why we're bringing back this item to also include a ratification of the 24-25 fiscal year expenditures. And so with that, this item has been authored by your code enforcement official, Mr. George Duran. He's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council ratify expenditures for veterinary services provided by Dr. Joseph Velasco, DBA Providential Services, Inc., for services rendered during fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $257,184.86, and approve a professional services provider agreement with Dr. Joseph Velasco, DBA Providential Services, Inc., in the amount of $265,000 to provide veterinary services for the city's Animal Services Division for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council member. Mayor Protem Harriman?
Yeah, just curiosity, does the doctor carry his own general liability insurance, or do we pay that?
I believe they do, but I know, the insurance was one of the elements that did take us some time to actually get to finishing a contract. So I believe yes, but I want to have George be the one that answers that.
Good evening. Yes, they do carry general liability insurance as well, and that's something that our risk manager in our city attorney's office has helped us with.
So he's pretty much just performing just like a contractor. He's got to work with his own workman's compensation insurance and what have you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Irving?
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I'm happy that we are entering into this professional service agreement with the veterinarian. I'm just curious, I tried to run through the backup material a couple of times. Will that include TNR, the trap, neuter, and release program for the kitties, for the cats?
It will. There's pricing also for cats. It's much cheaper, of course, but it doesn't.
Was it listed here specifically? Because I didn't see it.
Well, in the bid, he provides a price for the feline
Okay.
surgeries.
Well, I'm very happy to hear about that. Thank you very much.
Councilwoman Godan?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Jones?
Yeah, no questions.
I just have a couple. Mr. Metzler, if I may? I was gonna call you George. Mr. Duran, I understand, Mr. Metzler said we have an assistant on site at our, site. Is it gonna be like a learning school? We're gonna have them rotate in there, or no, this is one person that's just gonna stay there? I mean, are we getting them from the college? I don't know veterinarian services.
No, this is a registered veterinary technician, an RVT,
Yeah.
licensed through the state of California, a full-time employee for us,
So it's like an LVN?
similar to like an OVN.
Okay.
Yep, exactly, where she's taken on a lot of the vaccinations and a lot of the assessments that otherwise a veterinary would be at our site to do. So her and the veterinary are intended to work in concert with each other to assess the animals.
Okay, all right. So could it be something we look at in the future as a learning school type thing where they can go there to get experience?
Absolutely, very beneficial for us as well. I could see that.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the work you guys. I know it was hard for us. Thank you.
And
Anything
if,
else? Go ahead, Mr.
I'm
Metzger.
sorry, and if I might, just to put a capstone on the question asked by Councilmember Irving, on page, we do have a very detailed cost proposal included in this item. It actually starts on page 470, Exhibit B, but specific to Councilmember Irving's question about feline for our cats, that is actually on page 471.
Thank you, Mr. Metzler. I'll have a good read tonight. Thank you. I'll go back and reread it. Thank you.
Okay. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Move to adopt staff recommendation as to points 1 and 2 as presented on the agenda.
Second.
I have a first by Councilwoman Godin, a second by Councilwoman Jones. Councilwoman Godin, comments on the pending motion?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Jones?
Yes, I'm thankful that Dr. Velasco is going to take this on again for us. We certainly need his services and happy to have him. Thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
I too, I'm very happy that we have entered into this service agreement, and I'm looking forward to launching the TNR. Thank you.
Mayor Potem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have none. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones, Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 11, discussion and possible action to consider a salary adjustment for the city manager. This was my item, so I'd like to introduction. With the city size that we have and how complex it is, those of us who had input on Mr. Metzler's evaluation, I would hope you would look at it in the size of our city and what he does on a day-to-day basis. Mr. Metzler, anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing to add.
Okay, Madam Clerk, will you please read the recommendation?
Any action is at the discretion of your honorable city council.
At this time, we'll do questions from council members. Councilwoman Godian,
I have none.
Councilwoman Jones,
I have none.
Councilwoman Irving,
Don't have any questions, thank you.
Mayor Protem Harriman,
I have none.
and I have none. At this time, I would like to motion that the Victorville City Council look at giving a salary adjustment of an increase of 5% to his contract. Is that good, Madam Clerk?
I believe what you're trying to say is 5% above what his current salary is from his prior, not the prior amount that was listed in the contract. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes, that should be sufficient.
thank you.
I'll second that.
We have a first by Mayor Becerra, second by Councilwoman Irving. The comments I have on the pending motion, as I stated, as a complex city we have our own water, our own VVWRA, our own electricity out at the base, out at the airport itself, and 74 square miles that the city is. So those are my comments. Councilwoman Irving?
I don't have any comments, but I would like to say that I do agree. I don't want to piggyback on what you said, so I'm in agreement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Godian?
I have none.
Councilman Jones?
None, thank you.
Mayor Protem Harriman?
I have none.
Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godian,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve a salary increase for our city manager. Item 12, discussion and possible action to consider the celebration of California's 175th anniversary of statehood in conjunction with the state of California. This was my item in the sense of what the city celebrates and how we celebrate it had to now go through council in the sense of the lighting out front. So the lighting has to stay a certain way. I would now at least like it to, for the statehood show of red, white, and blue. So, Mr. Metzler, anything else you'd like to add?
I think the only thing that I would like to add is just recognizing that in the material that was sent over, and because of the process we have to go through, for example, in the case of the proclamation, wanting to have that done by September 9th, I think there's going to be some things that are going to be difficult to achieve by the time frame. But I think the point that I'd like to make is that with the direction from the council tonight on this item, if the council chooses to move forward with this, we'll do everything in our ability to move as quickly as possible to satisfy some of these items that they've listed out that we can do to support the effort.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Mayor, is there a motion on the floor?
Not yet.
Oh,
But
I thought you did.
I'll let her read the recommendation, then we'll do technical questions, then we'll look for a motion. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
Any action is at the discretion of your honorable city council.
Okay, now we'll do technical questions from council members. Councilmember Irving.
I
Technical-
don't have any questions. I'm excited about.
Mayor Mayor Protem Harriman?
I don't, are these just recommendations of stuff we can do?
That they would like us to do, yeah. Yeah, they sent this over to us.
And, cause I see a potluck, I'm sure, you're saying that's gonna be kinda hard, would be hard to pull off, right? Okay, I'm just interpreting that as suggestions on things we can do.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I have.
Councilmember Godian?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. One of the suggested items is to promote it on social media. And I'm wondering, I know that they have a lot of resources through their different website. I'm wondering if they're providing us with graphics that we can just post up on our city's site, or if we would have to create those graphics.
That,
I believe they do have branding related stuff, information. I think it's in their branding toolkit. And so with action of the council, we'd reach out and obtain all that they've created. And it's our vision as staff that there's no creation really needing to be done by us, that they have it all. So we would use whatever they've created.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Jones?
Yeah, just a couple. On one of the recommendation is on .7 to become a clean California community. I don't know exactly what that means, but I would certainly want the staff to look into what precisely that does mean, because it could mean different things to different communities. And I certainly don't want to unnecessarily burden our community with things that we may already be doing or may not completely support in terms of California's agenda that at times has imposed upon us. The other question I have is, um, Mayor Becerra, you mentioned that I think I heard you mention that you wanted to light it up red, white, and blue, but the recommendation here is blue and gold, the state colors. So some clarification on that would be helpful.
Thank you, Councilwoman Jones. Yes, you're right. Blue and gold. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all I have.
At this time, I'll invite a motion for this item. Councilwoman.
I thought
Levy?
you made the motion.
No, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I move that the city council recognize the 175th anniversary of the state of California, and that we illuminate the city hall in blue and gold, consistent with California's colors, and that we look into becoming a clean California city. Is that what it was?
Second.
Hold. No, I don't know. That was one of the ones that I had the question. I just, my view, if I could just say, is that I would like Keith and his team to evaluate of this list of recommendations, what is feasible for us to do and what we shouldn't do.
Okay, let me continue and have staff look into what is feasible for us to, additionally, to recognize the anniversary of our great state, California, on its 175th anniversary.
Second.
I have a first by Councilmember Irving, a second by Councilmember Jones. Councilmember Irving, any comments on the pending motion?
No, other than I'm very excited about this, and I will be celebrating the 175th anniversary of the state in my classroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Jones?
I have none. Thank you.
Councilmember Godin?
I would like to amend it to also include social media.
I don't have a problem with that. Thank you. Do you?
Yeah, no, I was just looking at it again. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Madam Clerk?
Councilmember Godam,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving.
Yes, yes.
You're asking me to take the vote, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to celebrate California's, 175th anniversary. Item 13, City Manager Reports. Mr. Metzler.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Just a few items. First, on the engineering side of the house, work on Phase 2 of the citywide pavement preservation and maintenance project has begun. That did begin on Friday, this last Friday. Pavement Coatings, Inc. is the company performing the prep work over the next couple of weeks, with slurry seal scheduled to begin on Monday, September 19th. So you'll see the crews out there doing work on your streets. On the environmental program side of the house, we are still looking for volunteers. We do have our community cleanup day coming up quickly, Saturday, October 25th from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And this will be a special Halloween themed community cleanup day, so you can play dress up in your favorite costume. And with that, we have also some minor commercial and residential updates that'll be included in the attachment to the report that I'll send you shortly after this meeting. That's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Item 14, discussion and possible action regarding upcoming agenda items. Councilwoman Godin.
I have none.
Councilwoman Irving.
I don't have any. Thank you.
Councilwoman Jones.
None, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
I have none.
And of course, now I have some. At this time, I would like to request an item for discussion and possible action at the soonest council meeting recommended by staff to appoint a representative to the Planning Commission. As we've been notified that Commissioner Kurth will be resigning from the Planning Commission due to him moving out of Victorville. I have a first by, well, mine and with a second by Councilwoman Irving. Madam Clerk, would you take the vote?
Councilmember Godam,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. I also have another one. At this time, I'd like to request an item at staff's soonest availability for discussion and possible action where the city council can consider the options available relative to the resignation of Councilwoman Jones and the filling of the vacancy created by this resignation. This should be included in details on how we can accomplish each option available.
Second.
I-
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a point of clarification on this. I feel like that's, kicking a dead body when it's not even cold. I think this is so premature. While it's happening, I think it's in poor taste, respectfully. Thank you.
Okay. Second by Councilmember Irving. Will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godam,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes with Councilmember Jones voting no.
That's all I have for right now. Reports from Councilmember. Councilmember Godam,
I have nothing to report.
Councilmember Irving,
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Councilwoman Jones,
No, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
I have a question for the city manager. Is that okay? Is that appropriate?
Sure, go ahead.
There's a bunch of work getting done on D Street. Is that all Caltrans work? Okay, all right, and because it looks like,
The answer is yes.
okay, all right, that's all I have.
And I have done. At this time, the time is 6:42 and this meeting's adjourned.